Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Na 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 na. What's up, everybody, boys and girls, and other genders? Welcome to the Colum Tyrrell podcast. Got that Geico beach murderer. I gotta get better at doing that. Sometimes when I start this podcast, very loosey goosey pod today. Chill out, relax, spark a J. Listen to the sweet, sweet sounds of the Colum Tyrrell show. In the hot seat now for an hour if you want your... These always be like that. All the radio DJs and all these shows will be like, we are in the hot seat till 5 p.m. if you want any requests on the Love Zone. Colum Tyrrell in the hot seat. Get your requests in. This next song, Bob Dylan, The Times They Are A-Changin'. This one goes out to Marie and Patrick Flanagan. 14 years today since they've lost their little girl. We wish you the best. Ireland's always so miserable like that, you know. I'm going home tonight. I'm going home in a few hours. So I'm up with the crack of dawn, yawning with my coffee, getting my coffee bread all over my microphone. In Ireland's just a miserable place. It's so fun. I don't know. There's a thing in this world. It's like a juxtaposition. And I'll get back talking about the killers in a second. The killer. The Geico killer. Case A. But there's a thing in life where they have this juxtaposition where often the funniest or silliest people you know, especially in stand-up, this is like the only example I can give, is that when you talk to them post stage in post production, when they're like miserable or they're very serious, you know. And there's so many comedians like that. Where like they're all business, they're all serious all the time. They're like, and they're not funny. And I think there's something to do with the Irish like that. The Irish are great crack. We're always having a laugh, and then at the same time, flip of a fucking coin, we are one of the most miserable people on the earth, and it shines through on the radio. And most radio stations are always like, "Here we are with the Zoo Crew. We've got S Club 7 coming right at you. This one goes out to Sarah on the school run with her little girl Megan. Coming up after the break, you've got a chance to win 2 tickets to the new water park that has been reopened ever since they fired that pedophile." And but Ireland is always like, this next song by U2, Bloody Sunday, in commiserations with the 12 people who died at the hands of the British Army. It's 10 a.m. coming up with the weather. Morning, Zoo Crew. My ex-wife is fucking a black guy. How about a little bit of Oasis, Champagne, Supernova, Marie is a cunt. Guys, it is a Wednesday morning here, a beautiful Wednesday morning here in Dublin City. This next song goes out to all the Palestinians who have lost their children. The death toll is at an all-time high. Now for some commercials. But they're miserable. I didn't even realize it until I brought home my fiancée to Ireland, and she turns around and just like, why do your family talk about such miserable things all the time? And I never really noticed. I was like, what are you talking about? And then over dinner, then it's like, it's just casually we'll bleed in, we'll just turn around. You're just like having a great time talking about the World Cup. Oh, the World Cup's going to be in Saudi Arabia. What's that about? Oh, Jesus, you know? And then next thing you know, so what's that's going on? My cousin's got cancer. She's not going to live. And you're like, Jesus Christ. She's had a terrible life. Remember, she lost the baby. And you're like, fuck it. It's like everything is just fucking dreary. Anyway, I'm heading home. Bah, humbug. I'm heading home to Christmas. Heading home for Christmas. Boom. I'm gonna fucking relapse. I'm relapsing with my family. Where can I get heroin at midnight? If you want to look at the video, this was a very nice Christmas gift that I got, and this is me showing my age. If you're watching on the video, there's a little photo of me as a child with my brother and my father, and my wife to be got me a little picture frame to frame it. So that's an original photo. So look at a little blonde kid. Look at that. Hitler's fucking dream children. Look how blonde I am. Look at that. The Jordans! We have a solution to the Jord. We have a solution. Oh yeah. So hey, listen, welcome to the podcast. Well, I don't know what day it is. It's fucking Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. Way too early for me to be getting up. And I'm recording this on. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, head over to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. I just got my end of year reviews or whatever they do. You know, like the Spotify Wrapped. You listen to Taylor Swift a lot of times. By the way, my Spotify Wrapped. I didn't even open it this year because I'm like it's not my identity. There's something about that sharing of that does bug me. Hey guys, this is the shit I listened to this year. It's like, so what? You just happen to listen to some fucking Drake while you're at the gym. Like, it's like, who gives a fuck? That's not you. That's not you listening. You consuming music is probably the consuming music and making that your identity is probably the easiest thing in the world for absolute shallow nothings to cling on to. Here's the music. This makes me special. Oh, because you listen to Taylor Swift? That's important. The most streamed artist. Do you ever think about that? Think about that. If you're number one, and this is when I'm judging you actually. So this is where I've come fucking full circle. I just convinced myself. I want to see your Spotify Wrapped. I want to see the type of retard that posts that online for the world to see. You're probably the same person who has your Venmos fucking open to the public, so we can see you charging your girlfriend for coffee, right? Psycho. Share your Spotify. I got Taylor Swift. I got Kendrick Lamar. Who else have you got up there, huh? What other mainstream? Katy Perry? What other mainstream horseshit have you been listening to all year? I want to know what's going on in your fucking head. What makes you zone out? I don't even know how to pull it up, actually, but I should pull it up. I've never even looked at mine. By the way, my Spotify Wrapped is usually the exact same every single... Or Spotify, like, whatever you play the most is the same every year. Also, if you're a comedian and you're posting... This happens a lot. Some people tagged me. I didn't even fucking share it, right? Right? Because this is how much I fucking hate the world. Bah Humbug. Welcome to an episode of Bah Humbug. That's a great name for a podcast. I didn't even share mine because every single time someone tagged me in something, I was surrounded by arseholes. This is what they do. So the Spotify Wrapped, they will let you know what you've listened to for the year, and they'll have a little podcast page, and they'll say your top 5 podcasts and who you've listened to and all that type of stuff. And it's the usual, it's the usual fuckheads. But then I have a lot of friends of mine who are sharing their Wrapped. A lot of friends of mine were sharing their Wrapped. Sorry, I just noticed the camera's a little out of focus. Not that it really matters. Anyway, sorry about that. But they're sharing their Spotify Wrapped. But it's like they're sandwiched in between dickheads. It's the Riff Brothers. Like if you get you gotta figure this out. Like if it's not a compliment when you look at what else they like. You gotta check out the podcast. Here it is. It's the Riff Brothers. We're 2 brothers, but we're not really. We pretend to be friends, and we get together and we riff. And by riff, we mean just talk about the same shit everyone else says. Yeah, like you should be embarrassed. I do this a lot too, and like if someone comes over to me and is like, man, you're one of my favorite comedians. I go, who else do you like? Who else do you like? Let me know. Because you're taste probably doesn't matter. Same if someone ever says, "Nah, I didn't like your shit." I'm like, oh yeah, who do you like? Let me know who you do like, so I can actually judge what the fuck you're saying. I used Instagram on my desktop the other day. Here's a little aside for anyone listening. Anyone needs to know. A lot of you need to know this. I was using Instagram on my computer, and when you use Instagram on your computer, there's a message, like a DM for your direct messages. There's an others photo. There's an others, like a cow. Like, no, others. Come on, be American. Hey y'all, there's an others photo. There's an other folder, and that is where, like, if people DM you, and I think if you don't know them and it has like a slur in it or something, because sometimes just messages end up there and sometimes they don't. I don't really know how they decide it. But also, that's a place where people who are restricted go. There's a thing you can do on Instagram where you can restrict someone. It's like muting them, essentially. So you're not blocking them, you're just muting them. And my restricted list is it's through the fucking roof. It's like Schindler's, right? It's beautiful. Like, it does not take much from me to restrict you. You could actually just be supportive. You can just be writing. You can just be replying too many fire emojis. And I go, that's too much. Sorry, boom, you're restricted. Get in the bag. Right? My bag of retards. Anyone that shows up, if I do anything, if I posted a photo of me and my beautiful fiance, and then you write a comment that says gay, you're in the bag. Anyone even makes a joke if I post a photo, if I'm a real ass podcast, and then someone says something like, Lewis is gay, bang, you're in the bag. I don't think so many people, and then you're just, same with Twitter, you're muted. You're not blocked. You're in purgatory. You're just there. And you can leave comments on everything I do for the rest of my life. I'll never see it. I don't see it. It's not there. It doesn't exist. It's the same with Instagram. I didn't even I forget. I restrict and move on. I don't need anything. I don't need much. I just need someone fucking I just need someone to do a slightly annoying thing. The slightliest of annoying things. If I like post something, I'm like, hey, I'm in fucking Boston for the weekend, nothing good to do, and then someone replies like, no, you're restricted. It doesn't. Or if you ask me too many questions, you're restricted. Anything. The DMs are open for a reason. I like to interact with people. If you take up 10 seconds of my time doing anything stupid, any sort of jokes that you think and it's always drunk fucking dickheads late at night. They think they're fucking, the amount of apology DMs I get is crazy. Someone will be drunk and go, yeah, you're fucking stupid Irish faggot. Why don't you go back to Ireland? And then the next day you go, sorry man, I had too many fucking IPAs. I'm actually a big fan. But I forgot about all this restricted thing because it doesn't show you on your app. And I rarely use the desktop, and I opened it up and there's just a sea of people. What do you think is going on? Who does that? Like, these people get restricted and then they don't stop writing. It's like, who else are you writing to? How often are you sending DMs? If you want to know how much of a fucking dickhead you are, what you got to do is, this is how it works with restricted, by the way, just so you know that you are fucking writing to no one. You're just wasting your time. You got to have 2 Instagram accounts and leave a comment on someone's page. And if that comment isn't visible, it means you're restricted. It means you've been literally writing dog shit. Writing dog shit to no one. What a waste of your time. But it really doesn't matter. I've restricted people for nothing, really. They're actually big fans, but they just fucking, they'll ask me too many questions and I go, sorry, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to fuck, because even if it's fucking 6 seconds, it's 6 seconds that I didn't want to have to spend talking to you because I don't know you. Because you are not someone in my life. So that's how you find out if you're a fucking idiot or not. Start a new Instagram account and then leave a comment from the previous one. And if you can't see it on the new one, it means you've been restricted. It means you're a loser. It means no one gives a fuck about it. Because like I'm close to just blocking the whole thing. Turn off the DMs. But I'm such a nice guy. I actually like interacting with the fans. I like fucking figuring that stuff out. Jesus Christ, I fucking come down here to record. I get up early and then I'm like, can I come down? I'm in the basement and this is where they have all the fucking workout equipment down here in the basement. So and obviously we're flying out today, so now everyone's trying to get down here to work some stuff. But this is my little lair, my little cave. This is the stream setup, by the way. If anyone's watching, again, I'm not going to hark on. I'm not going to go on about the setup too much, but it's if you're watching on YouTube for the first time, this is where I usually do the streams. This is like this kind of the setup for the live streams, and if you see the camera over my shoulder, it's like I can watch videos here and This is the streaming setup, and like the lighting is a little bit different. It's kind of funky, but I don't really have time to set up the other side of the room and blah 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 blah. Maybe I should just do this all the time. Maybe this is like a little bit more convenient, a little bit more chilled out, a little bit more relaxed. And you go, thanks, Colum. The thing you said you weren't going to do, you did. The Geico Killer, man. He's a fucking lunatic. He's in the, if anyone remember, the Geico Killer was the Geico Beach Killer. He was the serial killer of my generation. You know, every generation gets one. Jesus Christ. So, you know, I don't have time to hit the elliptical. You gotta do, I don't know, fucking... Do some fucking, you know, do some star jumps or something in the garden. It's the elliptical. The elliptical's not actually a machine, right? I don't know much about fitness, other than how to get jacked. But of all the things, the elliptical surely is one of the least important thing, right? Go do some fucking push-ups. I would say 15 seconds of, you know, high knees, and then those ass kicks, you know those? Couple of sprints would be better than an hour on the elliptical. Am I crazy? Is it me, or is it just for pregnant women? I feel like the elliptical is just this big illusion for people to feel like they're doing something good. All right, I'm getting distracted here. I should have just turned my phone off. Is the elliptical? How do you spell that? Oh, good machine. Now I'm going to have to listen to AI. Yes, an elliptical machine is generally considered a good exercise machine. All right, well then fuck me, especially for people who need a low impact workout due to joint issues. Okay, all right. Now I'm kind of doing it. All right, maybe if you're an old fucking... Maybe if you have dementia. Maybe if your bones are all brittle. As it provides a great cardio workout while putting minimal stress on joints, allowing you to work your upper and lower body simultaneously. However, it may not be the best option for building significant muscle mass. Yeah, fair enough. I think that if you're doing anything, what the fuck? Now, this is crazy. I see, this is the problem. I opened my phone once, and I'm getting all these messages. Oh, I got an upgraded seat in January. That's crazy. Delta's telling me about a flight that's not for fucking 2 weeks that I got upgraded already. That's crazy. That's insane. That's an insane thing to do. That made me freak out because I'm flying with American Airlines today, and I was like, wait a second, did I fuck up? I thought I fucked up something. I was like, did I double book this flight or something? Anyway, that's panic mode. Panic mode. Yeah, you want to do a rowing machine. You want to do something. That's the one. The rowing machine is the one. As far as I can tell, or the Stairmaster. Those are the two. The Stairmaster would fucking... 5 minutes on a Stairmaster is better than an hour on the elliptical. Has to be. And I have no proof. So don't ask me why. That's just one of these hardcore beliefs. Anyway, the Geico Killer, he's in prison right now. They found I think he's in court right now. This is my generation serial killer, my Dahmer. Would you like to come home with me? Hey, drink your very fizzy cola. No, drink the whole cola. Hey, who cares if it's fizzy? Oh, that smell? Oh no, that's just a skunk. that person's decapitated head? Oh no, that was here when I moved here. Jeffrey Dahmer. The Geico Beach Killer, which is a beach that I would go to all the time. I just think it's fascinating how this dude got caught. Shout out to white dudes, always crushing it. But so there's these fellas in Long Island, near where the Geico Beach is. Am I saying that right? Geico? And they were having a little fellas night, poker night. The broads are out of town, or at least the wife is out of town, the kids are out of town, so some guy brings over the boys, cigars, poker, some fucking bourbon, bitching about the broads, wishing that they invested in Bitcoin, you know, the usual shit. One thing leads to another, they decide to ring a prostitute to come over and help them out. Texas Hold'em can get stressful, so they ring some prostitute off Craigslist. She gets dropped off by her friend. A black chick. That's all we need to say. I don't think there's any other descriptive situations here, but she's been dropped off in a very affluent Long Island neighborhood. She goes inside with the fellas. They start smoking some weed. Somehow the weed triggers some sort of attack. What do you call it? It's a psychosis attack on her. She freaks out. She starts to think that these fellas are going to try to kill her. So she runs out of the house. I don't know if you've ever been around people when they have a psychosis attack. I was with some dude when one of my housemates smoked DMT. And he tried to jump off the balcony somehow. That was crazy. It didn't quite hit him. You know, he DMT'd up, but he saw a bunch of shit, but it didn't send him to sleep. And he got up and started going, ah! like he was narcaned. He was like, ah! And he was running around, and he said something about he saw the devil. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, people freak out. The thing is, if that guy smoking DMT, my ex roommate smoking DMT, jumped off that balcony and broke his legs, I wouldn't really be in trouble. Because I would have just been a 27-year-old living in New York whose roommate fucking smoked DMT and jumped off a fucking... I don't have any responsibilities. I don't have anyone asking me questions about that. Nothing to do with me. But when you have a prostitute over at your house and she starts freaking out, you're like, don't break in, relax. You know the fella that probably threw the party, right? Well, he didn't even want the prostitute. He's just a pushover, and it's like in The Hangover. And you got that Bradley Cooper character going, dude, your girl's out of town. We're getting whore. What's the worst that could happen? No. What's the worst that could happen? She's gonna come over. She'll soak us off in the main room. Make sure that none of the expensive jewelry is laying out. We won't let her in there. Any with the good silverware. She'll be in and out. Nobody will know, bro. Nobody will know. I'm ringing it. And listen, if we get caught, I'll be in trouble, alright? If your wife finds out, just tell her I brought a girl over. Anyway, that little girl freaks out. The prostitute, she runs out of the house, and the fellas chase her until she's screaming in the middle of the road. At which point they run back in the house, because it's not a good look. When your neighbors, if you hear screaming in the middle of the road and you look out and there's eight fellas, one of your neighbors, and they're trying to wrestle a crazed black woman to the, like a skinny little black girl, to the ground. That's not suburban New York. That's alarm bells. Although I reckon these fucking whiteys out there, these rich cunts, know better than to call the cops. Usually, I reckon if they saw that, they'd go, "Uh-oh, Nigel's in trouble." Say nothing. It could be a sacrifice for the fucking the stock market gods or something. Anyway, they go back in the house. She runs down the street. She runs into a neighbor's house, starts banging on the door. It's 3:00 in the morning. She's screaming, going, help me, these men are trying to kill me. They don't let her in. They look out the window and said, yeah, no, I'm good with that. I'm okay. I get it. I get it. Someone comes banging on your door at 9 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning saying that someone's trying to kill them. Can I come in? You go, no, don't bring that shit to my doorstep. No. I got Pilates in the morning. No, thank you. They call the cops. She runs away and she runs into the local beach area, which is full of dunes and sand and big, like in a movie with cornfields where they're 8 feet tall. She runs off into that area and she disappears. The fucking police show up. They ask around. They say, fuck it, we gotta find this bitch. So they go looking for her, this prostitute. And while they're looking for that prostitute, they find a body. And the body doesn't match the prostitute. And then they keep looking for the prostitute. And then they find another body. And it doesn't match the prostitute. At which point they go, uh-oh. Have we just stumbled across the dumping grounds for someone bad? The mafia or something. And they search that entire area. And they find 6 dead women in that area. Which eventually leads to the capture of this random fella, the architect, the Geico Beach murderer. And now he's in prison. And they found another body or something. There's a 7th person just been added to him. But my point being is it all goes... Could you imagine? You have the fellas over for a poker night. Couple of Cubans. You're listening to fucking Drake. You're doing some blow. One thing leads to another. You get a prostitute over off Craigslist. She goes missing. And then it leads to the capture of one of the most famous serial killers of our generation. Explaining that to your wife. Because there's just there's nothing you can do other than go. The cops are going to show up and they're going to ask you questions about that original girl. They're looking for that girl. They're like, who is this girl? And you're like, listen. What's this? What is this? Fuck. Oh, all good. All bueno. Like I said, my mother-in-law left her phone down here. Yeah, anyway, that's just my funny fucking opinions on that. The Geico murder. There's just nothing you can do about that. You could just you don't. No one saw that. No one. There was a moment. Someone at that fucking poker game said, "I don't think we should do this," and the response was, "Shut up being a pussy." What's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is we can trigger a domino effect. That's one. That's good for the Patreon. Maybe on the Patreon what we'll do is we'll do some research. We'll find out the address of that house that the prostitute was originally at, right? Do some reverse engineering here and check if it's ever been sold. Check if it's been sold in the last 5 years. I bet you they couldn't. You can't be the house. You can't be the house that has the whore over. You just can't be known as the whorehouse. You just can't. Whorehouse, great name for a podcast. I'm starting a new podcast with a couple of buddies, and we're looking for some names. And they keep trying to pitch stuff which I'm not happy with. Calamity boys. Uh-oh, we're going there. Welcome to an episode of We Just Said It. We're going there. We're saying what you're all thinking. I like something like just fusion. I like it. I like podcasts that are named like after like a nightclub in rural Ireland. Fusion, Destiny N-words. That's a good one. That's a solid one. Yo, thanks for everybody. It's the end of the year. I'm leaving to Ireland. Today I'll be gone for 2 weeks. I'm going to London too. I'll do the podcast. Certainly, definitely going to get the audio done. No, for sure. May not have it on YouTube. If I do post it on YouTube, it's probably just going to be like a moving video. If anyone wants to just send me a random collection of videos. You know, like when people are shaving soap and stuff like that. I kind of like that. That kind of fucking mellows me out when people shave soap. If anyone, send me that. And if not, make sure you're listening on the. Just listen to the audio. There's a bunch of there's more episodes up on the audio than there is on video, but I'm doing my best to try to get the videos out again. And big year, 2024 is a big year. Made more money this year than any other year in comedy. Not a lot, really not a lot. Not the most money I've ever made in my life. Not by any means. But most money I've ever made with stand up. So slowly just building myself to actually. Being a respectable male in his mid-30s, because as of right now with stand-up I earn the same as like some fucking retard college graduate who fucking or just like a part-time waiter. I could probably be a bartender and earn more money. But anyway, we got a huge year, and we're adding loads more dates, and I'm recording a special New York City November. We're trying to figure out the exact date for that, so stay tuned for that. Big year for 2025. We got dates coming up. I'm in St. Pete, Florida. Then I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Let me see what I've got coming up here. Let me give you the whole rundown. Plugs. I'm allowed to do plugs, right? I don't care what you think. I'm allowed to do plugs. Let me see if I have the list of... What the fuck? Oh, here we go. 2025. Phoenix. Oh, look, Phoenix, Arizona, right? Then I'm in St. Pete, Florida. Then I got Appleton, Wisconsin. Better start promoting the fuck out of that soon, because that could be a light night. Janesville, Wisconsin. Providence, Rhode Island. Portland, Maine. Vancouver. New Westminster. Springfield, Missouri. Bloomington, Minnesota. MN, Minnesota. Columbus, Ohio. Edmonton, Canada. No idea what region of Canada that is. That East Coast, West Coast, Center, who knows? We got Miami, Baltimore, Washington D.C., and then we're adding loads more dates there. We're trying to figure out Louisiana, and we're gonna do a California run, and Denver also are all in the works right now. So listen, columtyrrell.com for all those dates. Obviously, make sure you check out the special. Still like that. Thanks for coming out to the show. Charlotte this weekend. I just did Charlotte last weekend. A lot of that region. No offense to the Carolinas, but I've yet to go to the Carolinas and had a good time. I don't think there's been a show down there that I enjoyed. I don't think there's been really a place. I like the Outer Banks. Whichever Carolinas that in. I like sitting, but again, that's just me sitting on the beach drinking IPAs. Like, how could you not like that? You could put me in any situation and I'll not enjoy that. The Carolinas, it's kind of weird because you're not Florida. You're just not. You don't have that reckless Florida fucking vibe. It's just not. You're not really the East Coast. You're not like the Northeast, that New England vibe, that New York vibe, getting all the way down to Delco. There's a Delaware, there's a Washington and Baltimore. There's like that. That's a certain region that you guys are not. And then you're not the South. You're not banjo playing music. There's no real anything coming from you. Your food isn't. The Carolinas are just like a kind of a forgotten wasteland of the country, And I always had this romantic idea about the Carolinas, but since I've been down there, it's been all kind of shit. And a lot of the audiences in Charlotte were fucking dumb as fucking rocks. We had a couple of good shows, but there was also some fucking bad shows. I had some chick walk out crying. I made some girl cry. I didn't even talk. Like, I didn't even do anything. I was talking about someone in my family having special needs or something, and then she shouted out about special needs. She's like, have you ever worked with people with special needs? I go, no. What's that got to do with that? Are you listening to my fucking joke, you fucking dickhead? And then everyone else in the crowd started going, shut the fuck up, bitch. You ever want to be a hero at a comedy show? Because I'm sure a lot of these go, heckle the heckler. You honestly, if someone's whispering too much, turn around and go, shut your fucking mouth. They'll reward it. They like that. That's a good one. Be the fucking example. If you've ever been at a comedy show, and obviously if you're listening to my podcast and you know my stand-up, there's going to be moments in it that are just goddamn edgy, raw. He's saying what we're all thinking, but you're not allowed to say that. Oh my God, did he just say that? That's me, Collie T. But if you're coming out to the shows, you know, anyone's shows, and someone pipes in like, blah, just turn around and go, shut the fuck up. I like doing it. When I'm at a comedy show, if I ever see someone heckling one of my features, it's like that happened in Raleigh. We just did a little room in Raleigh. Fun enough, for a Sunday. Not bad. Some bitch fucking shouting out. She said, does your shirt say something? I said, shut the fuck up, bitch. From the back of the room. Because that was our second time. I said, no, you got to stamp that out. So don't be afraid to do that. If you're at a comedy show, don't be afraid to fucking... someone heckles. I don't think that's good. Just say, shut your dumb cunt mouth. You'll save the show. Your night will be better. Because she'll shut the fuck up. By the way, it's always a chick. It's always a chick. Someone needs to explain that to me. Someone needs to do some sort of anthropology or something about the fucking workings of the female brain. Because every heckler at a show, everyone that disrupts a show is always a woman. And if it's not a woman, it's because it was started by a woman. And the comedian said, shut your bitch mouth. And then her husband or boyfriend or boss or friend is obligated to then start some trouble. It's never sometimes a fellow will do a little, you know, he's like the manager of the office and he's trying to impress someone and he goes, you know, he throws out a little thing like that and then you go, shut your fucking dumb mouth with your receding hairline. Who do you think you are? And they normally shut up. Fellas shut up. Women don't. They go, I wasn't even talking. They can't even accept it. You go, listen, you're disrupting the show. No, I'm not. And every go read Yelp reviews on comedy clubs. It's always just some chick going, I got kicked out for laughing. And you go, no you didn't. No you didn't. The delusion that goes to a broad's brain. But this is across the board. Research that. What is it? There's something about a woman. You know, they talk about male entitlement. And it's always a woman just ruining the show. It's always a woman distracting everyone, shouting out shit. I'd say 90 times out of 100, 95 times out of 100, it's a chick. So if they're doing that here, where we've all organised a situation where there's a fucking hundreds of people in the room, we've all sat down, we've paid tickets, the whole show is that this guy is fucking talking about cum, and you shut the fuck up. If they're interrupting that, like, what else are they doing? How? And then they reframe it in post. I gotta stop saying that. They reframe it. No, I was just laughing too loud. I thought I was helping the show. If that's just my example, because that's where I work. That's where I work. I do that all the time. A lot of these comedians shout out and they go, I'm just helping the show. And I go, how many shows have you been to? They go, 2. And I go, I've been to fucking 5,500. Shut your fucking cunt face. Right? I promise you, this is my world. This is where I live. I was born in an empty fucking comedy club. I was born in a half-full tiny room in Carolina. I was born not bad for a Sunday ticket sales. But what else? Think about it. If that's the one example, what else are they doing? I've had 2 chicks in my life too, and I'm not going into it too much. I'm not going to get into it too much. This is not a serious podcast, but I've had two chicks. I dated one girl and we had a fight and I called her a cunt, and then we had a fight and she was a cunt. So I said, you are being a fucking cunt. You are a cunt. Fuck you. And then we broke up. And then next thing you know, I hear rumors. It's like, oh yeah, Colum was abusive. And you go, abusive? We had a natural fight where I called you out on your bullshit. And then you went and spun that to other people with abuse. And then this is the thing. What does that mean? What is abuse? I won't go into it. Great. Because abuse just means like, I'll see you later. What does that mean? You can't be late if it's I'll see you later. I'll give you a few abuse. So that's why I'm like, that's one example for me where one chick twisted it. That's when you got to question everyone else's reality. I'm sure men do it too. But do you know what? there's no broads listening to this show, so fuck them. I've made I've made my fan base. I've made my bed. When you start fucking supporting the Patreon ladies, that's when I'll start giving you your side of the argument. But until that day, there's no such thing as rape. I don't believe. Well, that dumb bitch with the fucking Duke lacrosse team, you saw that, right? The famous, some stripper went to a Duke, not unlike the Geico Beach prostitute who went missing. Some stripper went to a fucking party in Duke, says that these lads raped her. Turns out that they tried to prosecute them, had no evidence. Turns out it was like all bullshit. And then she finally came out and admitted that she just made it up. She should be fucking made an example of. Because that's exactly what we're talking about. When then actual victims come forward. When people who actually have had an issue come forward. They can't. No one believes them. It's the victims that cried rape. The boy who cried wolf type of situation. Sorry. The world only gets... the world just needs one public example of a woman pretending she was molested. Alright, let me see. Is there anything good? Well, also, sorry, just another thing. I always do a meet and greet at the comedy shows. And some fucking fella came up to me and, he's like, man, that was great. And he goes, word of advice. That's when you know you're about to you're like, fuck off. Word of advice. Stop doing the age jokes. They were just fucking stupid. Other than that, it was great. I was like, thank you. Thanks for the feedback. Random person I don't give a fuck about. Thank you. Am I the only one who doesn't do this to other people? Like, imagine me fucking leaving a comment on someone who's playing guitar going, sorry buddy, you didn't quite hit those notes, or this song doesn't jam enough and I can't play guitar. I've never fucking tried to. Leaving a fucking comment on someone's recipes going, way too much spice. Do you ever see, it's the same people, someone's lifting weights and they go, yeah, tuck your elbows. And then you click on, there's some fat fucking retard. What is this delusion of people out there where you go, you don't know anything about anything? Why? Exactly. I would not want to be you. You're not a successful comedian. When you're actually a fucking successful stand up, then I'll fucking listen to whatever you say. Quick, don't do the AIDS jokes, because you know what it is the guy had a little weird tattoo on his face. He's probably a fucking flamer, right? And good for him, biting pillows. But just because one of your fucking best friends from high school died because he was fucking raw dogging in a park one night, don't fucking say the bit's not good, because the bit is a good joke. And the bit's not even about AIDS, it's about fucking monkeys. Right? It's about bestiality. It's a bestiality joke. And how I'm pro-bestiality. And by monkeys, I mean racism. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm joking. The UFOs are a big thing right now. I have this written down. That's what I prepped. I'm not going to finish up in a few minutes. I'll let you guys go on your way. By the way, look at this merch. If you're watching the videos, you can see. Look at this merch. Look at this beautiful. This beautiful merch. The 1008. If you want to get some, or just these are just like example sweaters. I need to fix them. The logo's a little bit off center, but we do have these available in t-shirts, and you can win them if you get your questions in. And if the questions are good, we pick a winner every month. That's how we do it. We pick a best question of the month. You win a t-shirt, and we just posted all of the last years up on Patreon last night. So if you want to get yourself one of these. If you want to get yourself one of these t-shirts, head over to the Patreon. 1008 for the year, baby. What the fuck is this? Fuck you. I'm in the wrong Patreon app. Let me see. Switch to creator. Okay. Let me see if do we have any questions came in. I posted a thing last night. can I have a 2X? No, people are just asking for shirts. No. Alright, no one posted any questions. They're all just commenting on this sick ass design that that we created. We created. The people that listen to the pod created this pod. So it says local 1008, which is obviously, it's 1008, $10.08 for the year, and then it says in Irish, by gla ella, ag na fiorach, ag on fiorach, sorry, by gla ella ag on fiorach, which means essentially our day will come, or we will rise again type of a situation. So that's that. No questions came in. Look, a little 45 minutes. But I'm just saying, I live in New Jersey, and I've never seen a drone. I haven't seen a single drone. I haven't seen an alien. I don't know what's going on. I think everyone in New Jersey just has nothing going on. They're all just juice heads, just looking up at the sky. I don't think I've looked up at the stars in 25 years. I think people are just bored. Like it's a nothing story. Anyway, that's my take on the UFOs. I'm gonna wrap this up because my lovely wife's got to come in here and use the elliptical. So I'm gonna get out of here. But shout out to the 1008. Head off to Patreon. Bunch of episodes over there. I'll be recording them live from Ireland. And yeah, that's that. Appreciate it, fellas. Take it easy. Bye.
Master of pain, because where I've been the last 5 years, you have to know how to handle pain, and I know it better than anybody. I've been in the Atlanta State Penitentiary, and I'm not ashamed to know it. I went up there on a bad rap because two punks jumped me in a parking lot, and now they're pushing up daisies. And let me tell you, Jerry Lawler, whatever you call yourself, it doesn't matter to me. Like I said, names aren't important where I'm from. But I tell you what, Ricky Morton sent me here, and I'm going to do a job for him. And brother, if you get out alive, you'll be thankful.